Howdy everybody, my name is Rose Waltz, and I wanted to talk about Halo Infinite today. So, I figured I'd make this video real fast, just throw it up. I'm recording off my webcam, straight off my stream. We're gonna do this shit off the cuff, no script for this one, we'll go at it raw, and I think we'll probably be okay. Figure something out. So first off, I've been playing shooters for fucking forever. It feels like I've played since original Xbox, shitload of Halo 2, shitload of Halo 3, a bunch of Halo Reach, Halo 4, Halo 5, done all the campaigns on Legendary, played a little bit of the Master Chief Collection, but not a ton. But Halo's not the only thing I've played. I've played a bunch of Overwatch. I was master ranked in Overwatch in some of the earlier seasons. I used to play Call of Duty for the Wii, Modern Warfare Reflex. So we used to have a game battles team. One of the seasons we were third place out of all the teams. So 5 Rangers, if you're out there, I miss you guys. Come back. Let's play more Halo. So yeah, that's kind of where I am at. I figured I'm sort of qualified to talk about Halo Infinite and where it's at because I recently reached Onyx rank in the crossplay open input category in ranked. So yeah, that's what I'll talk about today. This is only going to be about the gameplay. It's only going to be about the ranking system. I'm not talking about the campaign, the monetization, stylization changes. None of that's really what I'm trying to get at here today. So yeah, we'll just talk there. So, first off, let's start with the ranking system, I guess. I'm Onyx ranking now. I think I shouldn't be. It's a little easy to rank up in this game. Losses don't really take enough away. Things I do like, your own score is taken into account. I think the way it works is like where you're placed in a match. So if you have like the 4th highest score but you're on the losing team, it doesn't penalize you. In fact, you'll probably get points. You shouldn't get a third of a rank for getting first place in the match, especially when the losses don't really counteract that. Onyx is also 1500 on their ELO or MMR scale, which is pretty low. I don't know if it's weighed at all differently compared to other games, but for example, League of Legends, like 1200 ELO is silver, I think 1400 is gold, or it used to be. It's pretty low, assuming it's not weighted at all, in which case the only real thing that matters is like being in Onyx and your rating within that. Like being Onyx doesn't really matter. But I don't know how the ranking system works exactly. Going off Halo Tracker, it looks like Onyx is top 10%, so not terrible. A lot of people placing in Diamond, Platinum. I know one person who placed in Gold, so don't know how common it is to be like Bronze or Silver, especially when it takes so long to rank down, but that's what it is. So the ranking system's a little weird. I'm curious to see how it progresses, how it equalizes out later on into the season, later on into the next season, in 6 months. I think that'll be important. But yeah, so the ranking system's a little strange. Not the worst thing in the world. I'll take it. So, moving on to gameplay. I think this Halo feels fucking awesome. Stronghold's still a great game type. Excellent stuff. It's hectic. You can try to control 2 zones, but most of the time you see teams rotating all the way around. It's interesting, it's fun, it's dynamic. Yeah, not much bad to say about it. Strongholds is great. Oddball, fucking exquisite. The new changes they did to Oddball are exceptional. I'm on the fence about it being 2 rounds. I think it could... I don't know. I don't really have a preference over 1 round or 2, but I will say, when you get that, like, both teams win 1 round and you're going for a best of 3, that 3rd round is fucking intense. It's awesome, it's fun. That's why we play Halo. Really good stuff. The fact that the timer pauses whenever someone has the oddball, very, very good. Because that means no matter what the time limit is, if you have control of the ball, you can win. We saw a really good example of this in the grand finals of the first HCS Open. CTF is interesting. I don't think it needs to be 5 caps. 5 caps is a lot. I think it can be 3. Slayer, of course, still fucking excellent. Super cool. Slayer's always been good in Halo. You have those slow moments where you're playing super slowly. You have those quick moments where everything is hectic. Kills are trading left and right and left and right. Super good stuff. There's something special in Halo, which is when a Slayer match is about 45 to 45, when it gets into those really late kill numbers, and just like 1 push gives you the lead. That kind of pressure, that kind of unique, the atmosphere that is provided during that section of a Slayer match is unmatched, I think, anywhere else. Slayer's always been excellent. There's something about Halo Slayer that makes it feel so good, and Infinite doesn't fuck it up, so that's really good. That's awesome. So yeah, I think I can talk about the maps now. The maps are interesting. Aquarius, fucking awesome. Aquarius is very, very good. I think Livefire is very, very good. Bazaar, I'm not a huge fan of Bazaar. Bazaar has an interesting thing where getting map control is very complicated. Because getting the middle of Bazaar doesn't give you anything. You want to get the balconies, but players can still spawn on either side, so it's very hard to control spawns on Bazaar. Behemoth is a very, very bad map. I do not like Behemoth at all. I just don't think it has any place in 4v4. It's a little too long. It's nice to have a big map. Sightlines are weird. It's not my favorite thing in the world. Streets, I think Streets is good. Streets is complex. Streets Oddball is interesting. Streets Strongholds is also interesting. I think we'll see some really cool strategies come out. And Recharge. Recharge is very good. I think Recharge is an awesome map. Oddball almost always comes to either people playing it out in Hydro, or them holding it top gold, or yellow pipes. I think it's interesting. I think it's cool. You see some people holding it controlled too. I think Recharge will be interesting. Recharge Strongholds is fun too. I don't have anything wrong with Recharge Strongholds. So yeah, all the maps are pretty good with the exception of Behemoth. I think it needs to be straight up deleted. It's not fun. And Bazaar, I don't know. Not my favorite map in the world, but we'll see how it goes. So on to the gameplay itself. The gameplay in Halo Infinite, at least in the rank playlist, is hugely about how well you use your battle rifle. The wall weapons are side grades, for the most part, that you want to use in different situations. The commando is kind of just a downgrade in my opinion. The shock rifle fits a different niche than the battle rifle does. So yeah, this game's going to come down to just out battle rifling people, which means you're going to have to get your 4-shot bursts down. You're going to 5-shot if you miss the headshot. You can't get perfects every time, obviously, but you have to expect to get 4 or 5-shot nearly every single time. The people who've been playing this game have been playing it a very, very long time. People are playing at a high level. They don't miss their battle rifle shots. They've had decades of hitting battle rifle shots. They know exactly what they're doing. They know where to aim. So if you're losing an encounter, you need to know either to get out, throw a grenade to try and win that engagement in a miracle, or ideally you be set up in a position where your team can help you out. Team shotting is a huge part of Halo Infinite. It was a huge part of all the other Halos. Like, if you have 2 people shooting, hitting their shots, you cut the TDK in half. That's huge. That's how you... Team shotting is how you rack up multi-kills. It's how you clear out where people are holding their objectives. It's just what you have to do. And yeah, so this game is huge about being able to know how to use your battle rifle. The other thing you really have to be good at is using your grenades. People talk a lot about there being grenade spam in Halo Infinite, and while I don't think that this Halo is any different than the other Halos as far as grenade usage, they've always been, you always spam them. The team on the respawn will always get a fresh round of grenades, whereas the team holding maybe the oddball or holding 2 strongholds won't have a chance to get their grenades back. It's part of the reason of, it's kind of like a comeback mechanic, since you spawn with 2 grenades. I don't think they're particularly bad in this game. They actually feel really good. Hitting a good grenade, if you really want to get half to all their shields out, you have to hit that thing damn near perfect. Sure, the splash radius is kind of big, but for most of that radius, it's not doing very much shield damage. The most you're doing is putting a little bit of pressure, kind of controlling the enemy's positioning by using these grenades. Grenades are a huge strategic value in Halo, outside of just doing a shitload of damage or turning around an engagement in your favor. Guns, melee, grenades have always been how Halo works. I'm not going to call it a rock, paper, scissors system, but they're the big 3 mechanics that you really have to understand. And gun in particular is the battle rifle. So yeah, I think the gameplay feels good. It feels like old school Halo 3 MLG style. I play this game and I get nostalgia flashbacks to watching Final Boss, Straight Rippin', Triggers Down, Instinct. It just reminds me of the way these old teams used to play and what they used to play. Halo Infinite's in a really good spot gameplay-wise. I'm curious to see how the ranking system turns out. I think a few of the maps need tweaks. I think Behemoth needs to get deleted outright. And I think the game modes are really, really good. The only exception is CTF, where I think 5 flags is a little much, but if they're trying to just make it so you can come back at any point, then I kind of get what they're going for. I'm really excited to see how this Halo competitive scene kind of turns out. Because already on the Halo Esports YouTube channel, the last Halo Championship Series, the NA Open week number 1, is already like their most viewed video, or like second most viewed video. So yeah, I think Halo Infinite has a really interesting competitive future, and I plan on playing this shit for a while. I'm having a blast. Next goals are solo and duo queue on both of the controller setups, both of the inputs, And yeah, then I'll just be grinding out Onyx in whichever one of those I happen to find the most fun. So yeah, thanks for listening. Play Halo Infinite if you haven't yet. If you have any sort of want to play shooters, it's fucking awesome. It's really, really good. Check it out.